and gentlemen. Today is February 1st, Monday. Thank you for watching the news broadcast presented by China Central Television. Today we are looking at a promising economic reform and a grand national success that is happening within our country. The General Secretary, Deng Xiaoping, in the 13th Congress meeting of Chinese Communist Party, proposed his new government policy, socialism with Chinese characteristics, and states that China needs development, that the development is the absolute principle. Our great leader has proposed to build a greater China by making all citizens share their wisdoms and granting them freedom to perform and apply their knowledge in the construction of a new, greater China. We will now show the detailed speech from our comrade, Deng Xiaoping. The present world is open. One important reason for China's backwardness after the Industrial Revolution in Western countries was China's closed-door policy. It is important that we no longer remain our door closed and continue to stay in isolation. We need to adapt those advanced ideas and welcome those knowledgeable ones to help us gain even more glorious victory during our long march of communism revolution. China's future relies on every comrade's endless effort. It is time to grant economic freedom and independence while keeping lands and raw materials as government property, but for better communist distribution. Again, talking is the most useless method to reform. We have to work on this, and we are going to achieve these four modernizations. We have to modernize our general industry, our agricultural system, our technological development, and we have to improve our national defense system. We need to ensure all of our citizens have food to eat, have clothes to wear, have technologies to live with, and we have the security sense as they deserve. We are now so far behind than the Western world. We already did since the Opium War. But believe us, comrades, I can assure that we are taking the China into a new, prosperous era, because in this new coming century, the development is the absolute principle. As the new 1,000 year is approaching, people in Hong Kong are looking forward for a family reunion as they've been colonized by British people for almost a century. Truly, after the Nanjing Treaty, Hong Kong has been ceded to Britain for 99 years. I know we are now at the transition period of this critical historical moment, but how and when that Hong Kong will be returned becomes an urgent issue. Our great leader Deng talked with the Prime Minister, Mr. Thatcher, in Beijing a few weeks ago, and we interviewed our leader, and he would tell us more details about this issue.
So now it is the transition period before the administration right for Hong Kong returns to China. But exactly how will you accomplish such a great work? I mean, it is tough. Are you going to do this purely by just negotiating?
I remembered it was September 1987, and I was in Beijing. So Mrs. Thatcher came to Beijing and talked with me about the future of Hong Kong. That time, I realized this issue has to come to an end. So by the time when Mrs. Thatcher asked me how we are going to govern Hong Kong if we get back its administration right, and I said, we will do what we can.
So you mean the Britain government did not want we get back the right land?
So it is not their turn to say whether they want to get back on Hong Kong or no. we are getting much and much more stronger in both socially and economically than ever before. But the problem is, it still needs to come to an end for this issue, right? So I told her that we have to take Hong Kong back as one of our special administration region, and we will allow Hong Kong to self-govern and establishing the capitalism economy. I mean, like, why not? It is just a transition. So we now get Professor Xu, an international relationship professor from Peking University, to discuss about this method and why it is. So we call this policy as one country, two system, which means under People's Republic China, we have Hong Kong Special Administration Zone. So first we have to know the fundamental basis of this policy is we have to have one country, which is the People's Republic China. We have to unite first, or we cannot come to an agreement. And then we have to ensure a smooth transition for Hong Kong. Well, bear in mind, Hong Kong just came back from British rule like over a century, and we cannot just force it to come to like completely socialism. We need its own time. Since it adjusted to capitalism well, we need its own time like to adjust to fit like right now we are doing is socialism with Chinese characteristics. So basically, what's good for this policy is that we can really ensure the economic prosperity across and stability across our country. Well, as Hong Kong just came back, the tension between Hong Kong and mainland China is kind of unavoidable. But I believe like this policy would kind of smooth or like elevate this tension, so basically we can have more stability, and thus that's what we call economic prosperity. It's really glad to see this great success in the end of the century as a result of hard work of our great leader Deng. We are really looking forward to build a better China, and we are really looking forward to welcome Hong Kong back. Thank you, Professor Xu. Indeed, we are looking on building a better future of China for the new millennium. I believe under this great lead of our comrade Deng, and under the hard work of every comrade who lives in China and who deeply concerns and love his or her country. Trust me, comrades, we are now and we will be gaining even more prosperity than ever before. This is all for today. Thank you for watching.